Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
And hello and welcome to episode 136 of On the Bench, the podcast for scale modelers by scale modelers, all about, well, scale modelling. And this show is being brought to you by our latest Patreon supporters, Matthew O'Meara, Tim Cavalier, and Mike McNamer are three of our new Patreon supporters. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You too can help support the show. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month upwards. Your support is greatly appreciated and it helps us with our production and hosting costs. And again, we'd like to extend our gratitude and thanks to all of our Patreon supporters who are continuing to support our show. And hello and welcome to the show. And in the studio, I have got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day listeners.
And of course, Julian.
Yes. I am present.
Not too early for you this morning?
No, not too bad, I suppose.
That's good. It feels like ages since we've been together.
What has been?
Well, no. That's partially my fault. Unfortunately, we missed the last episode, as those of you who follow us on Facebook would have known. Because I got deployed up to New South Wales for the floods up there, which have been must have had at least 6-7 weeks of flooding up there, and
It's been insane.
Record-breaking floods, and it's just tragic. It's just heartbreaking seeing some of the scenes up there, and I think I mentioned it last time. Unfortunately, some people had lost their lives up there as well. So I got notification at about 3:30 in the afternoon, hey, you've got to be in a flight at 7 o'clock tonight in New South Wales. So it didn't give us much chance to sort of put in place a alternative for the show. So it was a case of, sorry, we're just going to have to skip that one.
Yep.
And to keep in our slot with all the other podcasts, we had to wait until we sort of came back around to this Saturday.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Anyway, it's all good. So that's that all done. Interestingly, one of the things, the results of missing that last show was that Kentucky Dave had a huge dummy spit.
Yeah, what happened?
well, normally when he does his yard work, he listens to us.
Oh, so he couldn't do his yard work.
So he could do his yard. Well, I think he did his yard work, but under sufferance, and because he didn't have On the Bench to listen to, so he had a bit of a rant on the last show.
Good on him.
And it was quite funny. So Kentucky Dave,
we're back for you.
So you can reach out of your pram and pick your dummy back up, and you can do your yard work in peace.
That's it.
This coming Saturday. And speaking about hayseeds who sit there drinking whiskey and rye, the boys from Kentucky took out the Moosearoo Cup 3.
Congratulations to him.
Well done, Mike.
Hey.
It's sensational. I thought it was a really lousy attempt, and I just can't understand why he won. No.
That's good.
In truth, it was a nice sharp build. So well done and congratulations.
Yep.
Next year is going to be very interesting because not only do we have our current crop of podcasts, but there's two new podcasts joining the competition next year.
Yep.
Small Subjects and Sprue Cutters Union. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's all on your shoulders this time.
It is, yeah. I better pull my finger out and make a decent effort.
It is. So what have you guys been up to for the last month? I'll start with you, Julian.
Last month. For a while there, I was going along quite well, and then not so. Yeah, sort of. I was highly motivated, and then I got demotivated. Yeah, so I'm not too much in the last week, but before that, I'd gotten a reasonable amount of progress on the various things I'm tinkering on.
Although you did post a picture of that car. I don't know what sort of car it was.
Is it Lotus?
Yeah, the
Lotus
Lotus
something.
lease. Yeah,
And-
not lease. Esprit. Yeah.
Oh my God, the amount of comments on Facebook. I think one of the most highly sort of commented on thing that we've ever posted on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Much to my chagrin.
Make that a mold, Dave.
No, it's not that. I mean, I couldn't get over how many people were getting so excited about a car. Oh, jeez.
He done a
Well-
great job on it.
Well, yeah, I know he did a great job, but hey, man, it's just a car.
Yeah, but it's more relatable. It's like why you see a lot of people building bulldozers and things like that these days, because they've got direct local examples that they can go, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of those, and that looks like one of them. It looks very good, you know. Whereas tanks, you see people arguing back and forth about what constitutes realistic weathering, and same with aircraft.
You could say the same about tractors, couldn't you?
Yes.
You could say the same about cars as well.
That's what I am saying it about. Yeah, I mean, like, things that people have, like, everyday experiences with. I mean, how many of us have real experiences with actual aircraft and actual tanks?
Well, yeah.
I mean, even you, who's had actual experience with actual
Yeah.
tanks in field conditions and things,
Yeah.
you can't remember anything about the experience, can you?
Well, no, you can't because, no. I mean, and
You almost have to be a modeler alongside being in the service, right?
You do, 100%. And that's what I'm kicking myself for now, because I didn't pay that much attention to stuff. It was just stuff that you jumped in. It was really cool and a lot of fun to do. I wasn't looking at it with an eye of a modeler back then, even though I had modelled prior to joining the service. Unlike the boys from the Geeks, who, you know, some of them are still working around aircraft now. They've still got that eye, and they look at it, and all through their service they looked at it with the eye of a modeler. So they took lots of photos and stuff like that. And,
Yep.
And, you know, my photos are sort of, that I took, you know, like APCs and stuff that I used. And I didn't even have photographs from when I was, you know, working with Chinooks or Iroquois. Cameras weren't as available back then as they are now. And they were, but when you did take a photo, it was usually some grainy shot of me sort of standing with all my mates, you know, hundreds of metres away, or an explosion 100 metres away, couldn't see nothing. You know,
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then there's on top of that, you've also got the fact that out of all the models that are in the position and are looking at those things, are they the kind of person who get deep into weathering? Right? Because, you know, there's a lot of guys who have been around aircraft, they've been in the service, they've been aircraft fitters, maintenance, whatever.
Yep.
And then they want to build it completely clean on a stick, so they can put it in their office or something. I don't know what they do, but in any case, they're not the kind to go and look at a really abused Tomcat,
Yeah.
and try to go, I want to get that exact discoloration on this part of it, you know.
But here's the thing. See, cars.
Yeah, the Will Pattinson school of
Yeah.
modeling, so to speak, you know, getting really nerdy about weathering.
Look, I really appreciate the build that car modelers do. I just don't get building cars. If I was going to have a model of a car,
Yeah, but you're not a car person,
That's
are you?
right. That's right. And I don't get it. That's why. It's, you know, see, it seems weird to me. No, it doesn't seem weird. That's the wrong word. It just seems.
Aren't you a motorbike person?
Yeah. I used to ride, but I haven't seen a good model of the bike that I want to build. So.
Which is?
K100 RT BMW. Best touring motorcycle ever. Next to the R100, I must say. Actually, the R80 was a classic too. That was pretty good. Anyway, I'm digressing.
You are.
That's
what we do here.
Yeah, I just don't. And, you know,
When are you
Yeah,
going to build a model of a motorbike then?
well, I built a model of a Zundup once upon a time. I don't know where it went.
Well, you couldn't have loved it that much then.
No, I did. I don't know. I think it just got smashed in a move or something and ended
What
up.
scale was it?
I want to say it was pretty sure maybe it was about 1/35th scale.
Yep. So tiny little thing.
yeah.
All over grey or sand colour.
No. I think I did German grey in it.
Yep.
It sort of had a greeny tinge to it, and I did the motor. I was really proud of it, actually. And I wish I still had it around because it was a damn good build. I just don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, those little Tamiya ones.
Anyway, I'm not casting aspersions on car modelers. I just don't get it. And if more power to you if you build it. I really appreciate the work and everything that goes into it, but I just don't get it. If I was going to have a car model, I'd go and buy a die cast one.
Well, then you can't. Well, what's the point of getting that? You're not going to build it.
No, but it'd look nice, because you can get some awesome die cast car models now.
So he doesn't get it when it comes to cars, but with a bike, he's even willing to go as far as die cast.
No. I didn't say motorcycle.
No,
No. Car. I said if I was going to get a model of a car, I'd get a die cast model. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you don't care about cars. I get it.
Yep.
Anyway.
But then again, if you don't care about cars, why would you even go that?
Because if I wanted to get a Tirana SLR 5000 or an Escort RS 2000,
It's the only choice
I
in
used to
town.
love my Escort RS 2000. Oh my god!
Well, that rubbery little wing at the back.
I went like a bloody cut cat. That thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I know. My parents used to have one till I rode it off.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry, Julian. I completely distracted you and got off track. Apart from that, how are you?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's I said my piece. Yeah, on to you.
On to me.
Yes.
What have I been up to?
What have you been up to?
Buying kits,
Yeah. Well.
buying accessories. Got myself another LVT, another landing vehicle tank. This time I got the Italeri LVT A4, which is
From World War II.
Yep, which has got the little 75mm howitzer turret on the top. So I was happy to get that. I got that at a really good price. Had a mate at work pick one up for me. It had his local hobby shop. Thanks, Scotty. And so modelling wise, the only really thing I've really done was Dave and I did the 48-hour build off for
Models for Heroes.
Models for Heroes.
Yeah.
That was sponsored by or held by
Model
Model Officers Mess.
That's right. Yeah.
48-hour birthday bash.
Yep.
That was so much fun.
I had a ball.
That was so much fun. We had a great time doing that.
We did.
You had to build a 48 scale kit in 48 hours.
Yep.
I kind of cheated because I just thought, what have I got that's not going to take long to build? And realised I had a little Tamiya 148 scale Komatsu, I think it's a G60 or G80 bulldozer, World War II bulldozer. So I knocked that up. Actually got that done in the first day, and then spent the rest of the time doing the base, doing the jungle base, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Absolutely loved doing that base, and got a little knocked over with about an hour to spare.
Oh, there you go.
I was quite happy with that.
You should be. Look, came out really good.
Yeah, it came up all right. Yeah, I was quite happy with it, considering the short amount of time. Like normally a kit like that would probably take me a month.
Yep. And the base you did was just sensational.
Yeah, it came up well. Yeah. Really happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, I might talk about mine later on.
Yes, with your interesting choice of green.
Well, yeah. So I'll talk about it now. So I did the Tamiya 148 P47D model,
Bubble top.
And I didn't have any construction issues. All my issues really hit the wall at the painting stage. It didn't help that I had a family function to go to, which took me out of the picture for about 18 hours or so. So I lost time there. My issue was I felt like I was in, you know how we do the club group build, interclub, where you get a model and you get to build it on the same day.
Yep.
Yeah. I was in that kind of mindset that I had to get it finished
in 3 hours.
Within the 48 hours, yeah.
Yep.
And so I tripped myself up from the get-go. If I had approached it from the point of view, if I don't finish it, it's cool, then I would have been right. But I rushed. And, of course, when you rush...
You make mistakes.
Yeah. So I had some glue that squeezed out and my thumb happened to be there, so I had a thumbprint with glue, so I had to go and sand that down, which is fine. I thought I'd sanded it down back to bare plastic. And then when I did Mr. a metallic aluminium finish on it, and then the thumbprint sort of
Comes straight
bled
out.
through. Yeah.
Wait, was it super glue you were using? Or?
No, it was just Tamiya thin.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. The stuff melts plastic.
And it stays, even though it feels like it's completely firm after you've sanded it all down.
Yeah, I reckon it's still off gassing or something.
Yeah, there's still some in there,
Yeah.
and it's still affecting the plastic.
Yeah. So, in future, next time, if it ever happens to me, I'll just put it aside and leave it for 48 hours and let it fully.
Well, we do
Cure.
another 48-hour build coming up in October, isn't it?
Yeah, this isn't for a charity, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
So, our Dutch friends reached out to us and said there's going to be another 48-hour build in October. It's not scale related, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
So, and it's not for charity or anything like that, it's just a purely fun build. So, we're going to be part of that, which will be a lot of fun.
That'd be, I like
Yeah.
them. Yeah, they're good fun.
And I won't be locked into doing a 48 scale kit, which is another thing I'm happy about.
Yeah.
So just going back to the other issues I had with it, I'm as much as I'm well used to using Mr. Metallics, which I reckon is one of the best metallic paints you can get. The issue was that I had assembled the kit first and then applied it, and I should have had it in subsections so I could get in there with a polishing cloth properly and do it. And I just ran out of time. So it's just sitting forlornly on my desk now. And
Now you just got to finish it.
no, I'm going to use it as a paint mule now, I think.
It's expensive paint meal.
It's only $60.
It's only $60. You
Yeah,
said?
but
Only
you know,
$60.
well, actually, probably even less than that. I think it's go through B&A, so it wasn't $60. It wasn't that expensive.
Yep.
So I'll maybe use it as a paint mule. Maybe I'll get round to finishing it, but there's just too many sort of mistakes in it to make me happy. So paint mule sounds like the way to go.
Yeah.
And I've learnt my lesson as to not rush. So I'm looking forward to next year. So great. It was a great initiative, and they raised more. I think they raised
£5,000, wasn't it?
I thought it was £3,500.
Oh, okay.
Their target was £1,500,
Right.
and they raised over £3,000.
Oh, so they doubled what they wanted.
They doubled what they wanted. It was great to see a whole heap of our Aussie listeners there,
Yep.
and being able to chat with them online as we were sort of building.
While they were hanging shit on us.
Exactly right. Yeah. I don't know what it is with our guys. They just load us up, don't
Yeah,
they?
it's the Australian mentality, you know. You know someone doesn't like you if they don't hang crap on you.
Yeah. If they call you a nice guy, you know.
Yeah,
it's
you know
it's
you're
a
in
worst
trouble.
insult.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, it's just us Aussies. We just like hanging it on each other.
So that's pretty much the last thing I've built or done in the last 4 weeks because I've still been busy with work and stuff. So yeah, I've still got that sci-fi thing to finish, and I want to tackle that this weekend and get that out of the way.
Yep.
And look at something fresh. And you and I are going on a little trip tomorrow, aren't
Yeah,
we?
we're going to go to Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Go to Gundam Plus. Go see our mate Daryl.
Yep.
He's got a big sale.
Big Easter sale on.
Yeah, big Easter, 30 and 40% off everything. So, yeah, be able to pick up some good bargains.
We're lucky at the moment as we record today is Easter Friday, and we've got 4 days off from work.
Yep.
So we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yep.
Back to work on Tuesday. And the following week, we've got another long weekend with Anzac Day.
Yeah, on a Monday, yeah.
Life is good.
Yes.
It's a modelling time.
We love our holidays.
Yeah, it's got it this time of year where there's lots of public holidays, isn't it?
Yeah, they should stretch them out more because as you get towards the middle of the year, there's like nothing, man, apart
Yeah.
from maybe the Queen's birthday. And then that's you got to wait until November for the next one.
Not for us. we got to wait till mid-July.
Yes, that's right, because we're
Then
on a
we-
jet plane.
Yeah, then we got 2 weeks we don't have to worry about work.
That's right. Oh, man, I'm so looking forward to that.
Same here.
It's getting closer.
I know.
It's getting
So I
closer.
said to you today, I said my main thing this weekend is I have to buy luggage.
Oh, the other thing I got to do is I managed to, while I was up in New South Wales, find a couple of hours spare and shot down to Nowra, HMAS Nowra, which is the Royal Australian Navy Fleet Air Arm Base, and had a look at their museum down there. Now, I haven't been down there since the 80s, and oh my God, what a difference. This huge, special built, specifically built sort of, museum is there now. When I went down, it was just an old hangar, everything was in there, and just sensational the way they've preserved it all.
So you got everything out of the old hangar.
Yeah. So everything's in a special
Oh,
proper
nice.
hangar now, all open display. It's just gorgeous. And they got a great big gantry that you can walk on top, so you can then look down on all the aircraft and the helicopters that are in the display.
Very good.
So absolutely love that. And then coming back, heading back up to Wollongong, we noticed forgot about Haas. So we dropped into Haas there.
They got a Catalina, haven't they?
Yes, they got lots of interesting stuff there, man. So we managed to get a special tour, which was really good.
Yep.
And went through, and they got a flying P3. All right. The Haas, for those who don't know, they're Historical Aviation Restoration Society, I think, from the top of my head is what it stands for. I'm sure I'll be correct if that's wrong. And their main goal is to have aircraft in flying condition. And so they've got a P3 Orion, the C, P3 Orion C, which is in flying condition. They've got a Catalina in flying condition, a Canberra, which they're working on getting back into flying condition. Grumman Trackers. They've got 3 of them there.
Yep.
One of them which is in flying condition, and the second one they're getting back into flying condition. So if you love Grumman Trackers, which I do, I think it's the sexiest aircraft ever designed and built. Also, they've got a couple of Neptunes there. One is an Australian one, one's a French one, believe it or not. DC-3s or C-47s.
All big planes.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And a lot of stuff there that's not in flying. They're working on a Beaufighter, which knocked me out. I didn't realise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an old... I think it's just going to be back to static display.
Yeah.
But yeah, some just really cool stuff.
I'd love to see one of those things fly one day.
Beaufighter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't it sound great?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll dream on.
Yes, we will.
Too complicated, the motor on those things.
Those big Bristol Hercules engines.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. If they can get mosquitoes flying, why can't they get a Beaufighter?
Well, there's a lot of melons knocking around.
Yeah, but the radial engines are easier to work on, I think, than the inlines.
Maybe, I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, it probably only pertains to regular American-made radial engines.
Plus, it'd come to
Have
what
you-
spare parts would be available too.
Yeah.
Have you
'Cause I'm pretty
seen-
sure, didn't those Bristol Hercules have steel sleeve?
Yeah, have you seen?
So imagine
know.
trying to get new
Yeah.
sleeves for the cylinders.
Have you seen the front? Have you seen there are cutaways of those motors, and it's like a watch. There's more gears in there than you can poke a stick at. It's so complicated.
I'll find a different
What was
radial
that?
and put it in.
What was that? The one
Yeah.
that I reckon the most complicated aero engine, I reckon, would be the ones they had in the Typhoons, or the Napier Sabre, or they had in the Typhoons.
No.
The H block.
Yeah,
The
H
the block was actually in a H shape. And
What about the Mamba engine that was used in the Gannet?
Oh, yeah, no.
That'd be very complicated. Oh gosh.
Yes, ugliest aircraft around.
It is, but the ugliness makes it so beautiful. That's
No,
the
it
thing.
doesn't even make it beautiful. It's just ugly.
I've got to buy a model of one of them. I reckon that's
Go for
gorgeous.
it.
Yeah,
Go
I've got
for
to
it.
find
You're
one.
more than welcome to.
Isn't there like
Special hobby.
Is there a 48
Yeah,
scale
special.
trumpeter kit?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it could be, but I know Special Hobby did one.
I thought Trumpeter did one.
Well,
I
they
don't
probably do.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
I don't know. It's not something I'll look into, Dave, because I'm not into ugly-looking aircraft that look like guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs.
It looks like a guinea pig. It's got the pointy snout on it and everything.
It's
But
true.
it's chubby in the middle.
Yes. Actually, speaking of funny looking aircraft, I watched a good documentary the other day on the Guppies.
Oh yeah.
The C-377s.
Something like that.
Yeah, designed especially for the Apollo missions, so they could manoeuvre all the stages across from one side of America to the other. It's really interesting, yeah, because the first one they did when they they actually sent the first one over to NASA. Half it was just made out of timber over the original airframe,
Yeah.
just to give them an idea how big it was.
Now, I'm sure I've seen a Guppy somewhere in the US on static display. I'll have to try and think about where it is.
Yeah, there is one on static that I know of, but I'm not sure where it is. But it's just a great looking aircraft. And then you had the Super Guppies. Because originally they were called pregnant Guppies.
The fact that you can build something like that and actually flies just staggers me.
Yeah. It just looks. You look at it and you think that thing shouldn't be able to fly. Those wings look too small for the fuselage.
Anyway, I think we need to have a quick break and listen from some few words from our major sponsor, and we'll be back very shortly. The Scale Model Supply. Certified Australian made, the Scale Model Supply has a comprehensive range of premium acrylic lacquer paints that have been specifically developed to cater to the scale modeler. Designed to use straight from the bottle, SMS paints have taken all the guesswork out of airbrushing. Simply shake, pour and spray for a fast drying and extremely durable result. But wait, there's more. SMS have just released the new water-based range, Infinite Colour. It is the ideal paint for anyone who is into miniature painting. And with 48 colours that can be mixed to create any colour you want, the possibilities are, well, infinite. The ever-growing range of SMS paints will suit all types of model builders, be it military, aircraft, train, car, science fiction, or even Gunpla. SMS paints will have a colour to suit you. Available now through selected stockists worldwide and online at www.scalemodeler.com.au. Okay, and we're back, and we've got a ton of listener mail in.
Oh,
Obviously,
good.
because we've been away for a while.
Good
So,
to hear.
let's see if we can sort of work our way through all of this. Okay, so Brandon Walters writes in, hey guys, I think this story of the Meng Evangeline kit is a great example of differences in demographics between Asian and non-Asian markets. The comments Julian made about that particular model being so popular is a bit of an understatement. For only having one show, it has spun off dozens of games, movies, remakes, especially merchandise. How much merchandise, you ask, with your delightful accent?
Yeah, how much, mate?
Enough that you could possibly live 100% Evangelion branded lifestyle. Meng is pretty smart to jump on that bandwagon, and there was a Bandai real grade Unit 01 last year and several by Kotobukiya. Yeah, thank you. And Bandai over the last 25 years. As to stay in model kits, Fujimi releases those... why am I having so much trouble with this word? Evangelion branded cars, motorcycles, and even a crayfish. What?
Yeah. There's the main one is the big purple robot from this series. And there's a cross between that and Godzilla that you can buy as merchandise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like anything under the sun, jackets, shoes.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's a very popular thing, yeah.
Well, there you go.
I mean, maybe I understated that somewhat.
Yeah. Looks like
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting. So I didn't know that world existed.
Well, I mean, I it is interesting to the right people, but I imagine this crowd isn't really the kind that's into that.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Brandon, thanks very much. Brandon comes from, I'm going to say Guelph, from Canada. Guelph, Canada. Very good. Next one comes in from Kingping 141. Dear Benchers, thank you for the amazing podcast. I only found you a month ago and I've been binge listening. I'm up to episode 94 already.
Wow.
I was wondering if you used any other skills or hobbies into your modelling. I also make lots of things with epoxy resin. One of the things with epoxy resin is you can use glow-in-the-dark mica powders. On my bench at the moment is the Trumpeter 1350 Type 23 frigate, HMS Kent. And
You're into naval subjects and you mispronounced frigate.
yeah, I know. I use glow epoxy in the hanger for the lights. I'm seriously chuffed with the effect. I'd love to hear your opinions. All the best. Keep up the good work. From Cavill Naylor from Mansfield. P.S. Can't wait to hear Dave mangling my name. Well, there you
Well,
go.
you just did.
Mr. Naylor, you've just heard me mangle your name. And I've got to say, I'm absolutely blown away by how these, this epoxy glow in the dark using micro...
Click on one of the photos so we can all see. Oh, yeah.
So instead of having the interior of his hangar on his frigate sort of,
Wired up,
he's just using these glow-in-the-dark micro powders that he adds to the epoxy. And it's this beautiful sort
Oh,
of
it is too, yeah.
glowing sort of... It just looks sensational.
Yeah.
And
Very interesting.
I'm really interested to hear some more on this. So if you could please send us an email with more information on it, and that's to onthebench64@gmail.com. I'd love to hear more about it because I reckon that is actually sensational. And
gives you lots of good ideas.
well, yeah, we need to spread that information to everybody else as well.
Yeah,
So it's
It just looks phenomenal.
It does. Speaking of and he was just saying there he's up to episode 94. I had some people reach out to me saying that some of our episodes were missing, and I found out it was our hosting site. I had it set for 0 to 100, so only the most recent 100 episodes were showing. So I've now fixed that. So the full 136 as of this episode is now available again for download. So that fault has now been fixed. So there you go. David Waples writes in, anxious to hear your feedback on the 3D Wild Kit. Really excited about the direction the hobby's heading with 3D parts. That's over to you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Because I bought one.
And?
I reckon it looks great.
Yeah.
It's, all the bits are nicely printed and it's a reasonable price. I think it was $260 shipped all up. It's... Now, the hull sections are... I think it's about 3 or 4 hull sections that you got to butt join together. So
right.
That's a bit you got to be the most careful with.
So there's no locating tabs?
No, none at all.
None at all?
None at all.
So that begs the question, do you think the model is designed to be done in sections so you can see the interior, or...?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. There's no real detail inside it. The only really detail you got is a little bit of wall area where your lifts are. Otherwise, it's just the mesh in there. I think the mesh is just there just for stability.
Right.
But besides that, you're not going to see... Really, with those Japanese, like, early aircraft carriers and even during the Second World War, you're not going to see much inside anyway, because unlike the US ones where they had the big side sections that opened up,
Yep.
you didn't have any of the Japanese. So
Yep.
it's basically what you could see through the elevator shaft. And
Was
that
it? Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you decide to do a cutaway, and then you've got a lot of work ahead of you. But no, I reckon it was nicely printed. All the especially the armament, the anti-aircraft armament, was really nicely done, and lots of bits.
So, because the hull's in 4 sections,
3 or 4, I can't remember.
are you anticipating any issues with gluing them together?
Nah, not if I do it carefully. It's something you just got to make sure you got everything lined up spot on. Like make a jig. I'll probably end up making a jig for it. I can clamp it in place properly and before I glue it.
And is there going to be some major issues with not major issues, is there going to be a lot of work in regards to fixing the seam line where you join it?
You're going to have to put a bit of bog in there.
Okay.
And putty it up, of course you will.
Yep.
But you do... That's just part of the parcel, really. So if you're not afraid to... Well, it's not going to be like a standard plastic model kit.
No.
It's going to be a bit different way of tackling certain areas.
Yep.
Because most of the stuff's just one piece. Everything's in there, like the front section. Like I took a photos and put photos on our Facebook page that showed all the bits you got with it, and as you can see, it's all there. You just a matter of just painting it.
Yep.
And adding all your little doohickeys. But the kit I got, I decided to get it without the aircraft.
Yep.
Because I still had probably another 30 aircraft left over from the Shikaku build.
Okay.
So, and it used Kates and Zeros.
Yep.
So I still had Kates and Zeros left over. So I asked the gentleman, don't know his name, but I asked the gentleman from 3D Wild if I could purchase an extra set of decals, and he threw them in for free.
Wow, that's interesting.
So I got the decals to the aircraft, and so one day I'll get into it. when I got room.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how you go. I'm
Yeah.
very intrigued, and it's an interesting concept, and yeah, I think I can't wait
And
to
he's
see you
bringing out,
start
he's
it.
bringing out a British carrier, another Japanese carrier is coming out as well. So
What
he's-
British carrier is he bringing out?
Oh, I can't remember. Honestly, I'd have to have
World War II one.
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Gee, my heart skipped a beat there for a second. I thought it was going to be the.
Nah, you wouldn't be that lucky. You wouldn't be that lucky, Dave. You wouldn't be that lucky.
Oh, jeez. Jonathan Byron writes in, hi, hello on the bench. Thanks for such a great modelling podcast and for keeping me company whilst modelling or at the gym. What's that word, gym? Have you ever been to a gym?
No, when I was younger, I did.
I'm only saying it because if you saw the size of me, you'd understand why. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, in episode 135, Julian mentioned a modeller who recommended applying decals in a puddle of Mr. Mark Setter and just leaving it. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I think this may have been me. I wrote a little article on it back in 2016, and it gives us a link. This is just to say that whilst this method often does work for me, it's not foolproof and needs to be tested on specific decals being used. As we all know, decals are remarkably inconsistent.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Even when from the same manufacturer or even from the same sheet. I tend to default to the technique I described, but sometimes it needs modifying or abandoning altogether, depending on how the decals react. I've never had any issue with the decal moving in the puddle due to wind, as I tend to keep all my windows shut. This is in the UK after all. And keeping the surface horizontal is important, and I use a Lego jig for this. What I must add is that I don't think this technique would work for adding the detonation cord to the canopy or to a canopy. Mr. Mark Setter seems to act somewhat like glue and can leave residue and staining, which is very difficult to remove. It disappears under locally applied clear coat, but I wouldn't want to do this on clear plastic. Keep up the good work. Cheers. And that's John Byron. I did read that right. From New Addington in England. There you go.
There you go.
It's always good to sort of catch up with a person who sort of actually,
Yeah, did the groundwork.
did the groundwork
Yeah.
and all that. So
Yes, and it's good to hear it great from the person who pioneered it,
Correct.
Because I don't know the intricacies. It's like, I was floating across Facebook and gleaned a little nugget of information. I don't have all the details.
Yep. Yes.
Neil Parks writes in, hi guys, just in relation to the episode about how the war in Ukraine is going to affect the hobby, and in particular the part about is it too soon to build anything. Well, it would seem that for Clearprop it is not too soon, as they are obviously paying tribute to a Turkish drone that's helping in the war effort. All the best and keep up the great work. Love listening to you on my commutes, I should say. That's from Neil. And I did see that Clearprop were doing that Turkish drone, so...
Well, I suppose it's not too soon, depending on which side of the conflict you want to model, I suppose. I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of good material, photos for people to sink their teeth into who want to do dioramas,
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of knocked out vehicles, etc. Captured vehicles. I mean, everyone's buying a tractor model these
I
days.
noticed that everyone's going nuts for tractors.
Seems to be the latest craze, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tractors?
But see, that's the thing, right? So now I want to see someone do a maybe a 1/700 scale sinking ship.
No, that ain't going to happen.
Did it sink? Or did it get damaged?
I don't
I
think.
think they
no.
admitted that it sunk.
Oh, they did admit
Yeah,
it, so.
there's a couple of memes floating
The
around.
Moscow, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple of memes floating around where it's got a trumpeter box. And
Yeah,
it
and it's just
says,
the Moscow, and it's just got the open ocean.
oh, okay. Augustine Castillo writes in, hi benchers, hope all is well, love the podcast, and I have lately binge listened to all your episodes.
Ooh.
Last time I emailed, my name popped up as Acast9, but to reveal my true identity, my name is Augustine. I live up on the Sunshine Coast, but I figured out that it is the worst place to be modelling because they have
Bugger
stuff all hobby shops.
Yes.
Clubs, expos, you name it. Unfortunately, I am keen on joining a model club and also like shopping to a bricks and mortar hobby shops. which is very limited up in my area. I'm thinking of making a club or social group for scale modelling, but I don't actually know the scale modelling scene in my area. What do you think I should do to spread the word, and how to actually approach making a model club? I thought I'd ask you guys because you have all the unchained wisdom. Sorry if this email is a bit long and cryptic. Have a good one. Also forgot to add, I have just heard that Ian likes heavy rock music like Iron Maiden, Motorhead, etc. I would recommend to give the band called High on Fire a listen if you don't already know it. It is somewhat similar to Motorhead, but a bit more heavy. Just a thought.
I will.
There you go.
I don't mind recommendations for music.
So how does one start up on the Sunshine Coast, sort of start even getting a model group together or something like that?
Basically, put a little flyer up in your local library.
Yeah, in your library. That's one way.
Find a local. Well, as you said, there's hobby shops are hard to find, but find one in the area and put a flyer up in there as well.
Yep.
What you just need probably about 3 or 4 people to begin with.
Yeah.
Once word starts spreading out, more people go, oh, hang on, there's a hobby shop. There's a club in this area. I'll go check it out.
Well, there might be one already. He just doesn't know where they are.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Approach the localist hobby shop near your area and have a chat with them. And
if there are any,
because you got to find somewhere to host it for starters. That can sometimes be a problem.
We've got quite a few Queensland listeners, so maybe you can sort of all...
Yeah.
And the other thing I do is look at Facebook pages that are specifically Aussie modelling related and just maybe start a conversation there.
Even drop a question.
Because we've lost all Aussie sort of building forums now. It's gone.
That's because forums have gone.
I wish forums hadn't gone because I detest Facebook. I don't know. That's wrong. I don't detest Facebook. Here's the problem with Facebook. Number one, it's got a really crappy search engine to it. So if you want to search for a particular topic, it's bad.
No, yeah.
Well, it's not designed for it.
I know. And the second thing is that the actual format of the social media side of things doesn't allow you for long, detailed sort of conversations or replies, although some people do it. It's more designed for the short quip of, one sentence or something like that.
That's what you use Messenger for.
Yeah, I know. And it'd be great if somebody could invent something that is a cross between Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, and a forum and sort of mash all that together.
Look, the biggest upside of Facebook is just free image hosting. That's it. Part of the reasons why forums died is because PhotoBucket died and took everyone's photos with them.
Yeah, that's right. So many people. I remember that. So many people lost all their photos.
You can still look at that.
Yeah, but you got to pay big money to get hold of your photos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of people go, no, I'm not spending big money just to get hold of some old photos. I'll just take photos of me stuff again.
Yeah, but the problem was there was solutions to very specific problems dotted all over the internet, and now they're all up in smoke.
Yes,
you find the thumbnail and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I need.
Yeah, it's not there. Yeah,
photos not there.
Gone.
Yeah. I still think forums are the best. I love forums, but there's no Aussie forum anymore because.
Well, also you have to pay for all the image hosting, which is why a lot of forums had it outsourced to outside to PhotoBucket and things like that. And then who's going to host it? Who's going to put all that on their servers?
You know, it's
for
funny.
Free?
I was thinking about this.
No one wants to pay for it.
Well, you can. There's lots of things out there that allow you to start a forum up, and I'm just wondering whether it's something I should look at doing, because I do miss the Australian one because it's all very Australian focused in regards to the modelling kits and everything. And I don't know.
No, you shouldn't.
Why?
You're not going to get time to do anything else, Dave.
Yeah, but it's. I've had a look, and if you go online, you can set up a forum pretty easy. It just.
Yeah, but then you've got to watch it to make sure you don't get any idiots in there.
Oh, yeah, that's a point. But then if you get enough people in there, you can appoint other people to be administrators.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then it depends on who you appoint. And then you occasionally get one that's a nutter.
Well,
and then they cause a lot of trouble.
Well, I know quite a few modellers
the biggest problem is cost. because image hosting is expensive. So you're going to have to like get people to host it elsewhere, and where are they going to host it?
No. These forums I was looking at or forum engines,
No,
because it's got advertising in it, you don't
Right.
really have to pay a huge amount of money.
yeah, everyone runs ad block, so you don't.
It's like $20 a month or
It's
something.
the reason why it's dying. You're not gonna. You're trying to resurrect forums from the dead, and they're dying off for a reason.
Yeah, but I'm lamenting the fact that they're dying because it was a fantastic source of information. More so above and beyond what we got at the moment with Facebook. I mean, forums are still out there. There's some really big ones and sensational ones. Like there's a ship modelers one, which I always go to in regards to getting references for warships and stuff. It's sensational. It's one of the best forums out there.
Yeah, and then every now and then,
And there's track links. What's it called? What's the armor one? The Chris
forgot
Brett Green
the name.
does. And then Kevin Footer got the one Last Scale Models and all that. So there are some. They're
yeah, but
out there.
those are dinosaurs that have been lingering around forever.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't call them dinosaurs.
Some of them,
Dinosaurs are cool.
some of those forums look like they're from 1995.
Yeah, that's because of the actual platform they're on.
Wasn't that just yesterday?
Yeah, it was to me.
And then when they do get like an update like that, because they can't afford to keep clinging on to the old software that they've been running forever, everyone complains.
Yeah, I noticed that. I remember when Hyperscale had to do their update,
Yes.
and it was for some modelers out there. It was like the world had ended. It was just too much for them. Their heads exploded and they started like vomiting pea soup
Yeah,
and
but,
doing all sorts of weird stuff.
It's
And
funny you mentioned 1990s not being that long ago. I was searching through Amazon the other day on TV to look at something, and it had a thing on motorcycle Grand Prix racing, and it said 1983 to 1989, the classic era, the antique classic era of Grand Prix motorcycle racing. I'm going, what?
antique classic.
Come on! I was there when Wayne Gardner won the Grand Prix the first time in Phillip Island.
So was I.
That wasn't. Oh,
So was I. I was there too that day.
jeez. I was
That was
one
a
of those
great day.
start finish line. Loved that.
I
Anyway.
was at the last corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the last corner. Yeah, it was great. We were in amongst all the bikers.
Anyway,
It was a great day. It was such a great day.
got
Those
so
guys
drunk.
were so much fun.
Yeah, I got so drunk.
Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
hammered.
Sorry.
as I was saying, like
Julie probably wasn't even born by then.
I was born. You were saying that their heads exploded because they couldn't take the change. Kind of like what's been going on with Humbrol. Have you heard about what?
No.
Oh no, they
Yeah,
did
Humbrol-
something
and-
happened and they changed the formula for Humbrol.
Yeah,
and
they had to
everyone's-
because of law, some chemical law or something came through.
And everyone's lamenting the loss of good old Humbrol and the new Humbrol. It's not like the old Humbrol.
It's probably better.
Well, hang on. If they had to change a chemical because it was bad for you, maybe there's a reason.
There's a
why.
reason why they did it. Yeah. So,
To be fair,
Games Workshop. You
I
can
don't
drink
know
the-
the details. All I know is I can see this cloud on the horizon of angry people.
People having epileptic fits left, right, and centre
Yes.
over it.
I mean, and to be honest, if anybody escaped that cloud and came over and talked to me, I would say, why are you using Humbrol in the first place?
Yes, Les. Why do you use Humbrol?
I mean, like if you were using them as diluting the enamels to make washes
and that. That'd be about it.
Yeah, okay,
I remember I couldn't even give my Humbrol collection away.
Yeah.
I took it to the club and said, "Who wants these?" And everyone just looked at me like I had two heads. And I think someone ended up taking them because I said, "Look, if you don't take them, I'm throwing them in the bin."
Anyway, that's a huge
Diversion to Augustine's questions. But yeah, so what we was talking about before, yes, go to your local hobby shop,
Yep.
have a chat with them.
Facebook,
even
Australian
yes.
Facebook modelling pages.
Aussie Modeler.
Yep.
Check out with Aussie Modeler. And what was the other one? Model Art. Do they have a Facebook page?
I
still?
might add that if people are already in some kind of club, it's unlikely that they'll go to 2. I'm a rarity because I go to like.
Yeah, but he can't even find a club up there now, so there must be. I don't know.
Where his area might not
Sunshine
have
Coast.
one.
Sunshine
yeah, it might
Coast.
not have one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but look, we're talking about it. Someone might get in contact with us. If
Yeah.
someone gets in contact with us and say, yes, there is a club in the Sunshine Coast,
Yep.
let us know and we'll drop a line to Augustin.
Well, I won't drop a line. I'll just we'll let it know in the next
Yeah.
next episode, so
Yeah.
everybody knows.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, now where were we? Yeah, IPMS Hamilton wrote in, hello podcasters. In case you haven't seen the Facebook stream from Stuart or the Plastic Model Podcast, IPMS Hamilton would like to congratulate this year's winner of the Moosaroo Cup, Michael Basquet of Plastic Model Mojo.
What are you yawning for?
Oh, sorry.
Cheeky bugger. Well deserved, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael. Very well done entry. The Moosaroo 4 is in the works, so stay tuned. As from Ian Fraser, Chief Moosaroo Guy. And
I was wondering.
Oh,
if that-
Ian, any chance it could be a non-Gundam for a change?
well, that depends on who supplies the models, really.
Yeah.
So, but Ian, thanks very much for your work. Thanks
Yes.
for getting this up and running, and to IPMS Hamilton. And thank you to supplying the models.
Yes.
And don't forget, Ian, next year you got another 2 podcasts who want to be involved, so you have to stretch it out to, what's that, 7 now?
Yeah, I think so.
Terrific.
Yes.
Well done.
Looking forward to it,
And congratulations once again to
Mike.
says through gritted teeth, Mike Basquet.
I was wondering what that big long pause was, and then you yawned. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, okay. I see what's going on here.
Cheeky bugger.
Oh, I just had to, I had to wind him up a bit. He's all right. Ryan Hothersall writes in for a member of On the Bench team who described the 148th Airfix Canberra as unbuildable. One of the members of the South Australian Plastics Models Association here in Adelaide has done an excellent job. Build markings of the aircraft displayed at the South Australian Aviation Museum. The model took out first place in the Model of the Month, voted by members at the April club meeting.
Well, I don't think any of us said unbuildable.
I didn't
did
say
we?
unbeatable. I just said I just got sick of working on the piece of crap.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just a shocking. He's done a nice job on
And
that.
we're having a look now at the actual model that's spoken of.
looks very
And,
nice.
It does look very nice. And looks like he's used the aftermarket. No, he's used the original canopy. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
There you go.
That's a very nice looking rendition.
Done a good job on that.
Having said that, we are still actually building that particular kit, are we not?
Yes, yeah. The club still. One of the guys took it this last Friday. So it's motoring along. It's got its first colour on.
Oh, how do I get out of that? There we go. There we go. Sorry, I was had some computer.
So it should
issues
be
there.
it should be finished by Model Expo anyway.
Yeah. All right. Rightio. Let's have a look at our next email that's come in. Brad Belsham writes in, David, you should get one of the mucky mucks from AMPS or AMPS to talk about the latest US Nationals and how there are virtual memberships available for overseas residents. Here are my gold and silver winners in the advanced category. Keep up the great work and good morning, Julian.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm starting to wake up. It's great.
And nice builds.
So Brad actually entered a league grant, which is done up as a
Mine
flail tank. That looks to be a Churchill of some description.
Yeah,
Which-
like an engineer's.
Oh, it's
one.
a recovery vehicle. Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure that.
I think it is.
Oh, so it's an odd-looking turret on it.
Yeah, it is an odd-looking turret, but I'm not knowledgeable enough about.
And the last,
unusual Churchills.
the last one looks like a JSU. I want to say 3. I might be completely
Don't
wrong.
know.
Yeah.
Not that familiar with second
Late war Soviet tanks.
Russian tanks.
But either way, it's
Beautiful builds.
Yeah, and fantastic to collect a gold and silver, especially in the advanced category for amps. So very well done, Brad, and
Yeah,
you should
congrats.
be suitably proud of that. Great stuff. All right, I think that's the end of what's new of our mailbox. So what we might do is have a very short break and a listen from our good friend Chris, and And then we'll come back with what's new in the modelling world. So be back very shortly.
Hi everyone, this is Chris from Inside the Armour Publications. Like many of you, I've been watching the news over the past few days and have been appalled by the suffering and hardship inflicted on the people of Ukraine as they attempt to flee the war in their country. I decided to reach out to other companies and modellers in the hobby and to see if we couldn't do something to support the charities that are helping these people. The results of this is the book Models for Ukraine. The book features only models manufactured by Ukrainian manufacturers, as built by modellers from all over the world, who have gladly and freely given their time and work to support this charity effort. The full profits of the book will go directly to humanitarian aid. Our printer have given us an incredible discount at less than cost, and all of those involved have given their work for free. The only thing that will be deducted from the price of the book is the transaction fees and a small cost of printing. Everything else will go directly to humanitarian charities to support people in Ukraine. If you'd like more information, please go to www.insidethearmour.com. It will be sold there and in other sources as I talk to them and make arrangements for them to sell the book as well. Please do buy the book, or alternatively, please do find a charity such as Red Cross, Disasters Emergency Committee or others to do what you can to support women, children and civilians fleeing this awful war. Thank you.
And thanks very much, Chris, for that information. And I just want to, on a personal note, there has been some people who have had a crack at Chris over what he's doing. And I want to say categorically that not only do I find that abhorrent, given the amount of time and effort that Chris has put into it, it is completely false and untrue. I fully support Chris in what he's doing. I think it's a fantastic initiative because not only are we getting something out of it as modellers, but we're also helping through that support the people who are being affected in Ukraine. And I can't talk highly enough of Chris's integrity, and to have it called in by people who don't know him or know him as well as what perhaps we do is, as you said, in very poor form. And that's perhaps a very polite way of saying it. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what's new in the modelling world. And the Falcon has written in. Hi, Dave, Ian and Julian. General modelling news. Apparently, Trumpeter are buying Kitty Hawk and Panda models moulds. No timeline on when the moulds are back in production under Trumpeter's name. But if the TriStar buyer is any guide, it will be a while. That's interesting news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know, look, as much as Kitty Hawk was much aligned, they had some kits that nobody else is doing. So I, for one, will be quite happy to see some of their kits come back in, because I was trying to buy some recently, and some of the helicopter ones, and I couldn't get them.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That would be the reason.
The one that I would like to build out of their catalogue, even though I don't like their kits at all, one I would like to build is their Alligator, the Russian sort of attack scout chopper.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a cool chopper.
Right.
And the fact that it basically was like one of their last scheduled kits, that, and I think the Frogfoot.
Right.
They were going to bring those out, and then they went under.
Yep.
The release of Azure From's 172nd scale Fairy Battle and 48 scale Dassault Super Mystere B2 have been delayed. The moulds were to be made in Ukraine, and with the situation as it is, who knows when work can begin on the tooling. Speaking of Ukraine, things seem to be looking a little better for the model companies in Kiev. A few of them have been posting on Facebook that they are restarting production, and now that the Ukraine Post has resumed operation, they will be able to get product out to their customers. They are still dealing with supply difficulties and some employees being away at the front, but hopeful that normal operations can resume. Some companies have even reopened their web stores.
Oh, good to see.
Absolutely. As people have been predicting since the advent of home 3D printers, you will now be able to purchase STL files so you can print your own models at home. I'm exaggerating a bit. Not a full kit just yet, but FAST's False models.
Falstus.
Yeah, have been offering STL files for tracks and accessories for 35th scale armour kits. Most of the subject matter is German World War II, but there are a couple of things for us,
No, US.
for US, and Soviet vehicles. Prices seem to be very reasonable. For example, you would be spending around $4.50 to $5.60 US dollars for the likes of Tiger and Panther track links.
Geez, that's cheap compared to trying to get that through Fruel models. You're
Yeah.
paying about $60-70
Yeah, but
Australian.
you're paying for essentially the ability to print them yourself.
Yeah.
So you still got to supply the materials to yourself and print it and the time and
Yep.
blah 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 blah.
But still, it's going to work out a lot cheaper than buying those metal ones.
Well, it's interesting because before we came on the show or eating breakfast, we were actually looking at the cost of 8K 3D printers. And they're running for Australia, and we said, what, $600, I think?
$800 for the Frozen Mini 8K.
Yeah. And then you've got your
curing station.
which is another $170 on top of that, and then the resin. So you're up for about $1,000 to start with.
I'm sure someone will write in saying, "Oh, you don't need the curing station." Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Maybe you do. I don't know enough because we're not in it.
No, that's right. But I mean, if you just so for the STL files at $4.50, $5.60 US, if you were to buy them already printed, you're looking at about $30 to $40 US dollars now, I think, for a complete set of tracks. So
It's more an issue of there's a lot of kit options for aftermarket tracks, but if you've got these files and you've got a printer, you never have to think about it anymore.
No, that's right.
You just need the files and that's it.
Yep.
And also the reason why it's priced at that level is because they don't want you to have to go to someone else and if it's too expensive, someone go, well, I'll take one for the team and I'll buy it and then I'll just share it around, which is kind of an arsehole thing to do. But that's how you prevent it. You price it low enough that everyone can afford it and everyone goes, yeah, it's only $5. I'll grab it.
yeah.
Very true.
And I must say that 3D printed track links are now becoming, the sort of the go-to to purchase now in regards to track links. If you want to dip your toe in the water, Faustus are offering a free download Panzer muzzle brake.
Panther.
Beg your pardon, Panther muzzle brake. We'll have to keep our eye on how Faustus models do. They could be start of something big. Aircraft news, Takeom have announced a 135th scale V1 flying bomb with interior. The kit will come with clear parts to show off all the detailed interior and a fret of photo etched parts. There are going to be 4 marking options. It looks like you'll also get a trolley for your doodlebug to sit on. If the trolley isn't enough, Takeom are also releasing a 35th scale V1 flying bomb launch site. The kit comes with a section of launch ramp, a starter, a steam catapult, and also a spare piston.
Yeah, because, geez, if it was a full ramp, it'd be huge, wouldn't it?
It would be. Excuse me. Also on the way from Takeom is a 135th scale DF-17 hypersonic ballistic missile. I saw that. This is the hypersonic missile that the Chinese are developing, I want to say. So, yeah. The 148 scale ICM Cessna 02A is being reboxed by Revell. Good news is that it will probably be slightly cheaper than the ICM boxing. Bad news is that it may only have a single marking option, an overall black machine. Model Collect have shown new box art for their 48 scale Focke-Wulf 1000 fast bomber, the Luftwaffe secret project. The kit was announced way back in 2018. Hopefully this means the release is getting closer. Zukimura, out of a clear blue sky, have announced their next 132nd scale release. It's going to be a Kawasaki KI 100 IB Ost.
Otsu, sorry.
Army Type 5 fighter. CAD renders show a model of a typical ZM Zukimura style with a ton of interior detail that will be completely hidden when the model is complete. But hey, you'll know it's there. APM have released their 72nd scale.
AMP.
So what did I say?
APM.
AMP have released their 72nd scale Horton HO9 with BMW 003 jet engines, markings for Luftwaffe and also US Army Air Force. Micromere will be releasing a new version of their 72nd scale Mitsubishi J4M7. It will be the key-powered one. What's that mean? This will be the key-powered one, as they describe it on the box. Mitsubishi J4M7 with Saki thermojet engine, also printed on the front of the box, made during the Russian-Ukrainian war. All right. Interesting comment to make.
Yeah, that's a bit of a political comment for a Russian company to make.
Micromere have also posted CAD renders of another kit they have in the works, a 72nd scale Blohm & Voss BV193, which is a Luftwaffe 46 subject.
I think Micromere might be Ukrainian.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Um,
I've been known to be incorrect many times.
That would make more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
it
was
would,
thinking.
it
Yeah,
would.
Yeah.
Clearprop have shown CAD renders for 48 scale Baker or Bakatir TB2 drone. They plan to release 35th and 72nd scale versions sometime down the road.
Oh, that's that Turkish drone.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is too, yeah.
Mm.
Excuse me, I'll just have a quick swig of a drink. AVI models have shown the box art for a 72nd scale Clem KL-25 monoplane trainer. The aircraft, first produced in 1928, went on to see service with the Luftwaffe, one of whom is depicted in the box art. KP models have announced they will be releasing 4 boxings of the Samuelson
Salmson.
SAL 2A2 World War I two-seater. Czechoslovakia and Polish service, and in USAS service, and also a Kawasaki Otsu 1. This is apparently the first time this important aircraft has been kitted in 72nd scale injected plastic. I would have thought they would have made quite small in 72nd scale.
That's a big plane.
Is it?
It's a big plane. I know Wingnut Wings did the Salmson.
What sort of plane is it? Is it
It's a biplane.
yeah?
What you Google it and put up a picture, and you'll see what it is.
Oh, that's not working at the moment. So
No, it is. There you go.
it's not that big.
Well, it's big enough.
In 72nd scale, I would have thought it's a bit too small. I'm surprised it didn't go for a larger scale. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Edward will soon be releasing a dual combo limited edition 172nd scale kit of the Avia S119 Mezek.
199.
What did I say?
119.
Oh, God. Dang it. 199. All right. The kit contains 2 complete models with both canopy types. There will be 12 marking options covering examples from the Czechoslovakia and also the Israeli Air Forces. 12 marking options. Sport for choice.
Oh, it's a dual combo. So you're going to have 2 kits.
Right, okay. Infinity Models have announced some planned future releases. It's a pretty ambitious list, and I hope they are able to deliver on it. In 32nd scale, there's going to be a Douglas A20 Havoc,
Ooh.
a Savoia
Savoia.
Machete SM79, and a Dornier DO17, and a Saab Draken, and a Saab Gripen. That's a lot in 32nd scale. Oh, I reckon that Douglas A20 Havoc will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, in 30 seconds.
And the Dornier, the D17 in 32nd scale as well. Also in 148 scale, just a single subject, but one that I think will be most welcome. It's going to be a Martin B26 Marauder.
Ooh. Marauder.
How's yours going?
Still sitting in its box.
Oh, there you go. You can chuck it away now and buy this.
No, I've spent way too much money on it already.
Some cost fallacy.
A bit of news from Infinity's sister company, HPH. They have shown pictures of a mostly complete resin model of a Messerschmitt M323 Gigant, or Gigant, Giant in English.
I think you nailed it the first time, actually.
Yeah. And it's going to be in 32nd scale.
That's huge.
Holy moly.
That is huge.
It's every bit as big as you imagine and can be yours for the cheap sum of €1,300. I expect 95% of buyers will be single men.
Definitely.
Or will become them.
Yes.
So it's going to be a resin model?
Well, I'm trying to think. Is it?
Yeah, I
is
believe-
it the glider version or is it the?
I believe HPH do make
engine.
only resin and
fiberglass.
fiberglass.
Yeah.
type
Ah, they do
things.
too, yeah.
So I remember they did a 1/16 scale 262, and that was fiberglass body. That was massive.
Didn't they do the B-52, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. They did that. Wasn't also they did the was it the big Peacemaker in 48?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
the one you wanted to do, or what?
Yeah, well, I
or
sort of
whatever.
thought, oh, look at that, and actually then got smart and realised that there was no way in hell I'd have anywhere to put it ever.
You still got kids that are in that category.
Yeah, but I won't get rid of them.
I think this will be the engine version, not the glider version.
Right.
I know there isn't a designation for the glider version, but the engine version seems to be the D1.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no sort of news as to whether that's actually... Oh, well, we'll find out. Pilot replicas, 148 scale Saab SK60AB trainer looks set for release in 2022. PR have shown box art, decals, and a full set of sprues. A completed test shot was seen at the recent model show. Apparently the molds need a little bit of tweaking just to get the alignment right, but things are looking good. Zvezda have shown CAD renders of their previously announced 48 scale Yak 9, and it is looking extremely good. Fine detail everywhere you look. Full engine, accessory compartment, fuselage mounted guns are provided. This looks good, as good, if not better than their acclaimed PE2. Oh, look, there is some modelling news
On naval.
on naval stuff. Well, there you go. It looks like the Falcon has lifted his game a bit.
Yeah. All right, what do we got?
Well, firstly, HPH are currently working on their 1 to 100 scale model. Oh, God. The
Tegelhoff.
class battleship.
I think you pronounced it wrong.
Isn't it Tegelhoff?
Well, it's got two T's in the middle there, so it's not.
Oh,
not an L.
Tegethoff. Okay.
Svent Island
Istvan.
for a Czech museum, as they have done all the work. HPH thought, why not release it as a kit? But it won't be the Svet
Istvan.
Istvan. It will be a sister ship, the Verbus Unitus.
Unitus.
Unitas, I think it is.
Unitus.
One of them.
Yep.
Meantime, Meng models will be releasing a 1/700 scale Chinese Type 075 landing helicopter dock. Haiyan. The kit will feature pre-coloured parts and a snap fit design. To further dress up the kit, Meng will make available separate photo etch and decal sets. I thought Meng was moving away from military stuff. Well, there you go.
Maybe they still are, and this is just what they're just pushing out what they've had in the pipeline.
Yeah. Taken have announced a 1/700 scale full hull kit of the World War I German battle cruiser SMS De Vogler.
Do you ever actually make
De Flinger. How's that?
Yes,
That
that's
was
much
a bit
better.
more like it.
Yeah, De Flinger.
Do you actually ever sort of speak to yourself in your own head to sound? Does that sound like a real word?
Dude, when I talk to myself in my head, everything sounds cool and perfect. Taken have previously released the 1916 version, and the basic kit, I believe, originates from Flyhawk models and has been reboxed a few times by Tacom, sometimes paired with a Zeppelin. I do
Yes.
remember seeing that now.
I have. I know
Yeah.
exactly where you can see one at the Hobby Man.
Oh, really?
They've got one, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Military vehicle news. Attack Kits will be releasing a new 1/72nd scale kit of the Humber Armoured Car Mark IV in April. The first release will contain a fret of photo etch parts. Ace Models are working on a 72nd scale model of the SD KFZ 6/1 Zugkraft Artillerie.
Yes.
Artillery towing version of the German World War II half-track. Special Hobby are about to release a 1/35th scale Panhard 178B French armoured car. It will use the hull from the ICM kit and provide resin parts for the turret, spare wheel armament. You'll also get a fret of photo etch parts as well as a turned barrel. Tacom have announced a 35th scale Jag Tiger 2-in-1 kit. This kit allows you to build the Jag Tiger with a 128mm PAC L66 or an 88mm PAC L71. Neither existed, but if what ifs are your thing, then this is the kit for you. There you go.
Just to clarify, the real Jag Tiger had a 128mm L55.
Also from Tacom in 1/35th scale, 2-in-1 STU H42 and a Stug G3 OSFG early version. If you think this sounds familiar, you wouldn't be wrong. Tacom released the late production version only a couple of months ago. Italeri are to re-release their 1/35th scale Fiat 508 CM Colonial military car. The latest release has a couple of significant changes. The original release only allowed you to build the car with the canvas roof erected. The new version allows only a folded roof option, but you also get 2 crew figures. 3 decal options, one for the Italian Air Force, one for the Luftwaffe, and one for the other Italian Air Force.
Regia Aeronautica.
Well, that's the Air Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
I don't know what the other one is.
Regina Escutio.
Yes.
SS Cito, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Anyway, Triumph model will be releasing a 1/72nd scale British A43 heavy infantry tank, the Black Prince. The kit is injected styrene with a metal barrel, a PE fret, and 3D printed parts. I've got no idea what that thing
The
looks
Black
like.
Prince is a pretty cool looking tank.
Is it really?
Yeah, sort of. It's supposed to be like, isn't it supposed to? People think it's like a modified, cooler version of a Churchill, but in reality, there's actually no common parts almost.
Yeah, I still reckon it's a pretty cool looking tank.
It's like if you took a Churchill and tried to make it look
Put
like
on
an actual
steroids.
made it look like an actual good tank.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
it kind of looks like a Centurion turret on a Churchill base.
That's one way of putting it.
That's one way of looking at it, isn't it?
And like I said, there's not too many actual overlapping parts because it's like wider hull and all other things.
Yeah, she was a beast.
Was indeed, but geez, all those road wheels. Oh, man. Mod Collector have released 2 new 72nd scale kits, a Soviet MT-LB multi-purpose amphibious auxiliary tracked vehicle, and a Soviet MT-LB 6MB multi-purpose tracked vehicle with the BTR 82A turrets. IBG models have announced 72nd scale Ukrainian BTR-4E release is scheduled for June-July 2022, and the IBG will be donating part of the profits to the Ukrainian war effort and humanitarian aid. Not to be outdone, Miniart are also going to release a Ukrainian BTR-4E early version. This one is going to be in 35th scale. Only CAD renders at this stage. I get the feeling this one wasn't even on Miniart's radar until about a month ago. I wonder why. iHeart Kit have shown box art for the 1/35th scale M1278 heavy guns carrier joint light tactical vehicle.
Whatever that is.
Can I just say, some of these names for these model companies are getting pretty ridiculous and hard to work into a conversation. You know, like it's like iHeart Kit.
I thought it was I Love Kit.
Yeah. iHeart Kit,
that's a
I Love
different
Kit,
one, isn't
whatever.
No, I think it's the same one. I Heart Kit is I
And
Love
like
Kit.
attack,
Because it's just an I, the letter I, and it's got the heart symbol and then kit.
and then you got like attack models.
Yep.
Like if one of them ever pops up, and it'll be called Model Kit, right? Like we are the model kit company,
Oh, there's a
Right.
good name for a company. Yeah.
right?
The Model Kit Company.
Yeah,
we could have in like just gold embossed boxes and
Yeah, it might look alright when you see it in person, but for people like us who have to read that crap out, right? It's going to be a nightmare.
People like us, it's people like me.
yes.
Yeah, but we have to talk about it afterwards.
They give it to a dyslexic guy to read out. Copper State Models have shown the latest thing that they are working on. It's a 135th scale Gruson 5.3 centimetre L/24 Fahrpanzer.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this to come out. It looks so cool.
It is what appears to be a turret-mounted gun on a horse-drawn cart. I hope the plan was to transport the turret to a position where it could be unloaded and emplaced. Otherwise, you can see a future for both the driver and the horse being extremely short.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I'll be really hanging for that to come out. I'm still waiting for me French armoured car. That should be coming soon.
So the Fahrpanzer is a World War One, I'm guessing, type.
Yeah, very early World War One. It's like a dome turret
Right.
on like as the Falcon said, it's on like a horse-drawn carriage,
Interesting.
and it just looks pretty cool.
Gecko Models have changed the box design for their soon-to-be-released 135th scale Austin K2Y heavy ambulance. They have removed all reference to Austin and the official vehicle designation. The kit will now be named Early War British 2x4 Heavy Ambulance.
Someone couldn't afford to pay.
That sounds like some please explain or please cease and desist letters were sent out.
Or why haven't you given us money for using our name?
Anyway, I've got some. Oh, no, I'll
we'll
let that
step
go.
away
Yep,
from
yep.
that one.
Rifle Models are making a further addition to the lineup of 35th scale Panthers. A Panzer Fiedelwagen Panther Os FG. I think I got that right.
No, you didn't. What's it?
Panzer Befelswagen.
That's what I said, man.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm listening back in my replaying it back in my head, and it came out perfectly. Trumpeter have announced 2 military models for this April. 135th scale 2S25 Sprut SD amphibious light tank for the 72nd scale modelers, and an AMPQ 53 C-band tracking radar.
You know, it sounded like you got that wrong, but you didn't.
Yeah. There you go. Hobby Boss are offering 2 35th scale subjects in April, a German Flak Panzer Os FA Panther, and a French Renault R35 with the FCM turret. Freedom Model kits are releasing a 1/16 scale. See, the 1/16 stuff is really coming up. Freedom Models are releasing a 1/16 scale German SD KFZ to Kettenkraft and an SD Kettenkraft Trad.
That's the one.
There you go. And an SD KFZ 302 Goliath demolition vehicle with cart. The Goliath and cart will also be available as a separate kit.
Does that actually count, though? The Goliath is just a...
It's a tiny little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a remote control tank.
Not even that.
Tamiya released that back in the 70s, didn't they?
The Goliath.
Back in the 80s?
In
70s?
35th scale,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a tiny little thing.
It is. But they had figures with it when they released it originally. So Zvezda have shown some CAD renders of their in-progress 35th scale Soviet T-70 light tank. From what we can see, it is going well, and given Zvezda's recent track record with Soviet subjects, it should easily surpass all previous attempts at the T-70s. Das Werk, in combination with well-known manufacturer Dragon, will be releasing a 1/35th scale Tiger 1 late version. The kit will have moulded-on Zimmerit and a full set of steel road wheels. Sadly, tracks will be of the rubber band variety. Why would you do that in 1/35th scale in the year 2022? I'm asking you. Really? Border Models have also announced a 35th scale Tiger 1, and this is a real odd one. It's an Imperial Japanese Army Tiger 1.
Which never actually saw service.
Well,
It
this
stayed
is
in-
not complete fantasy, as the Japanese did in fact purchase the Tiger tank,
Yeah, but
according to the Falcon.
it never left Germany.
Well, that's true. The Falcon continues on. However, it never left Germany. And the tiger depicted by the kit was not the type of tiger the Japanese bought. So border models are apparently pushing the truth a bit. In a bid to make the tiger more Japanese, Border have given it a towel rail aerial of the kind you expect to see on a turret of a Chiha. And the kit also comes with a pointing IJA tank commander and a photo fret etch palm fronds. I guess this kind of release would appeal to the guys who are under the impression that modelling is supposed to be fun. That's all from now from the Falcon.
Oh, there you have it.
Well, that was a lot to sort of catch on, and thank you very much to the Falcon for that.
Yes.
I'm pleased you put in some naval stuff.
Yeah.
That puts a smile on my face. 'Cause we don't want to hear from that seagull.
Oh, the Cormorant.
The cormorant. Yeah.
Cormorant is all right.
All right, guys, you got anything new to add?
No.
No.
No. No, actually. I've purchased everything that I needed and nothing new that I know of coming up on the horizon.
All right. Well, let's have a very, very, very quick break, and we'll be back to sort of sign off and say goodbye.
All right.
Whether you build aircraft, armour, ships, science fiction, cars or figures, the Fine Scale Modeller magazine provides the how-to information you need to take your modelling to the next level. In each issue of Fine Scale Modeller, you'll find clear how-to features on model assembly and finishing written by experts, reviews of the hottest model kits and products, tips and techniques for assembling, painting and finishing, as well as inspiring photos of readers' models. To find out how you can get your copy of Fine Scale Modeller, go to www.finescale.com. All right, that brings us to the end of the show. It's really been a bit of a catch-up show for us, really.
It has,
hasn't
yeah.
To catch up on what we've been doing the
Bit
last
of
month.
waffling on and
Yep.
So about
there was quite a few. What's the appropriate term? Segue? No, that's not segue.
Meanderings.
Yeah, we went off track, off road.
I like going off-road. It's fun.
yeah,
At least
Yeah,
to
I know.
interesting places.
Yeah.
it does. Places you normally don't see.
That's right.
Yeah. So after this, you guys are going to go.
No, that's tomorrow.
No, that's tomorrow. We're
Oh,
going,
tomorrow.
yeah, because it's Easter Friday today, so everything's all shut and closed.
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
We're off to Hawthorne.
yeah,
Go to Gundam Plus, catch up with our mate Daryl.
who has a 30 to 40% off Easter sale on, at
On
the
everything
moment.
nearly. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I know.
hey, big spender.
Bargains. Have credit card, will travel, man.
Yeah. Sure you don't want to come along, Julian?
No, I've got way too much stuff.
You can never have too much.
You can never have
Oh.
too much. What?
That's right. I forgot to mention I did buy a model kit, didn't I?
Oh, what did you buy?
Oh, what did you buy?
Yeah, I bought the Bandai Gundam Virtue.
Oh, that's right. That
Oh,
really big Gundam thing.
That's huge, man.
It's a big box, but the actual thing's not that big. It's just got a lot of stuff that goes on it. Yeah.
So out of curiosity, how many models do you have in your stash? How big's your stash?
I don't want to count.
No, guess.
Just a guesstimation.
wild guess.
I don't know, maybe like around the $30 mark. So it might be around the 50 mark because, it's always more than you think it is.
God. A pussy.
I'm not saying anything.
That's not a stash.
Yes, it is. Anything more than 2 kits is a
I don't
stash.
know. I filled an entire shelf and then some. It's a big shelf. It's deep. It's like two kits deep.
Oh, I have no doubt. It looks impressive, yes.
I wonder how many are.
I'm back to-
No, I don't want to answer. I don't want to ask the question because no matter what the answer is, I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, I'm back to storing kits on the floor again.
Oh, no, man. Come on. I thought you sold all those kits.
Oh, yeah. I might have to sell some more.
Did you get rid of all your Games Workshop stuff?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's all gone.
All gone, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, except for one I kept.
Okay.
I was just basically kept it because I still got stuff to build for it and I was enjoying that one. Might get back into it one day. But all the rest of the stuff, all my towel stuff's gone. Happy with
So
that.
you did clear some, so that was good.
Yeah.
But then you've gone and replaced them with other stuff you've bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my Pacific War stuff.
Buying faster than we can build,
I
man.
know.
Yeah.
Pacific War and First World War armour.
Maybe Julian has got a point.
No, he's never got a point. He's too young.
I don't have kids sitting on my living room floor. That's all I'll have to say
Well,
about it.
you know what, Julian? Neither do I.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, you've got room to spare in your cupboard, don't you?
Yeah, Dave.
No, the cupboard's bulging.
No, you mean bulging. You can still fit things in there. Mine's actually all the way up to the door.
No, man, mine's so bad because I've got sort of sliding doors, and and you got to open one, it won't open because there's all the kits are sort of out and pushing against it. You got to reach in behind and sort of push them back so you can open the door now. It's sort of all jumping out.
Yes.
Bilby.
That's the worst thing when you finish a project, then you spend the next 2 days going through your collection. What am I going to build next?
Well, you know what's funny? I went through, and this is the thing. There were some boxes in the stash that had been of built models, so I was able to actually chuck some boxes out.
I find that very, very
Cathartic.
yeah. When you finish the kit and the last thing you do is you get the box and you just put it in recycling. That's it. The project's completely done.
Do you throw out sprues as you go through the build?
I do nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, I like doing that.
It gets to the point where, like, I used to keep all the offcuts and extra bits. I'll keep this. I might use that in a few. And I had like boxes full of bods and bits and odds and ends.
Yeah.
And 20 years I hadn't touched them.
Never used them, man.
Well, what's the point of keeping this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the bin.
See, I only needed a couple of years to learn that lesson.
Yeah, no, I need a lot.
I think it was
longer
2,
than me.
and then I was like, I'm not keeping any of this
A
junk.
lot longer for me. A lot longer than me. I just got rid of a lot of stuff.
Now you just have to start getting rid of all the projects you have started, and then you look at it realistically and go, I'm never going to finish this. I'm just going to either give it away or throw it.
Well, it's not many. It's only about 3 or 4. that I
Right.
started and haven't finished.
Well, I mean that's how we got to the Canberra, the current state of the Canberra,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause you looked at it and you're like, I don't want to build this anymore.
No, it
That's
wasn't.
it.
It wasn't that I thought it was unbuilt. It was just that it was just a crap build. I just didn't enjoy myself.
It was dragging your soul down.
Yeah. It was like overpriced bit of warped plastic.
Yeah, there's probably someone, maybe. I mean, I doubt it, but actually, now that I think about it, but there might be someone at Airfix who listens to this podcast and goes, "Ha, gotcha!" another. What do you call it? Another sucker's born.
Another sucker. Yeah.
Bought another one of our crappy kits.
Yep.
Look, as much as I bag Airfix, I do have a soft spot for them, and they make some great kits. They do make some great kits.
Yeah, some of the stuff they make looks quite good. Apparently, their Lightning was a fantastic kit. Their 48 scale Lightning.
Oh, I've got that in 72nd scale.
The 48 scale kit is meant to be brilliant.
But, yeah, so please don't send any more emails saying that we're Airfix haters, because we're not. We want them to succeed.
Yeah,
I've got a
it's
fair
just-
bit of
it's just
Airfix in
me.
my collection.
I'll put my hand up to be the Airfix hater. You can crap on me. That's fine. I don't care.
But you built that Hurricane that was Airfix. It was
Yes.
nice.
Nah,
It looked good.
it was all right. Yeah, it looked all right. There's lots of things I wish it was that it isn't.
Well, it's a Hurricane, so...
You wished it was an armour.
No. I mean, like, there's things about it that I'm like, if this was a Tamiya kit or any number of other manufacturers, I would breeze through it and I would enjoy every step of it. That thing was just sort of like a, recently in my workplace we had this guy come in and he does like sort of handiwork stuff, like putting up notice boards and other small construction type things. And everything he does, everything he touches is like an 80% kind of job.
yeah, I hate those dudes.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you want me to put that door in over there? Yeah, I'll put that door in, and he'll put the door in, and then there'll be
Yeah.
like something like it'll
2-inch gap at the bottom or something like that.
It'll hit the door
Yeah.
frame every time you close it. Everything's just off by about 20%.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels about Airfix kits
Yeah.
on their good day,
Yeah, it's a fair comment. I've still got the Lusty to build, the aircraft carrier that's sitting in there.
Oh, what have I got of Airfix? I've got my Motorhead bomber.
Yeah.
I've got my big Hellcat.
Yeah.
I've got 4 of the P40Bs in 48 scale. What I've got? I've got a Walrus, a Supermarine Walrus, which looks quite nice.
Yeah, it did look nice. Yeah.
So there's a few in there. Oh, and I've got the Sea Fury.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's a few.
Wouldn't mind doing the Sea Fury in Aussie colours.
That's what my plan is.
Yeah. I think I've got a Sea Fury in my stash that I won at the club raffle.
Probably the old Hobby Boss or
I think so. I have to go and have a look
Hobby
now.
Boss or Hobby something.
I need to buy that paint for it, man. You know, the Royal Australian Navy Fleet Air Arm,
Oh, that duck egg green
duck
colour.
egg green stuff.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
duck egg green.
No, I don't know about that. I think it's a special FS colour.
Oh, we'll chase it up.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that's it, I guess. We're off shopping tomorrow, and Julian's not.
Yep.
So we'll be back in a fortnight. So from Ian,
Bye, everyone.
from Julian.
Yeah, see ya. I was actually going to say one thing more.
What? Fire away.
Have you ever considered building all of the kits, like prioritizing kits with the biggest boxes just to make room?
So my main problem, Julian,
Oh man,
Is-
no.
I can only really work on small projects where I'm living at the moment. I've got to expand.
No, I mean like just maybe the box is big, but the model
Yeah.
isn't.
No, that's. I mean, I've got my 72nd scale Saturn V rocket sitting there, so I need to buy a specific cabinet for that before I even considered building it.
Okay.
And then I've got all my aircraft carriers, and I've got to measure them and make sure they fit into my current display case. Otherwise, I've got to build a special display. Like that Chinese bloody aircraft carrier I bought. And it's too big. I've got to buy a special.
Well, why don't you need one of those IKEA cabinets for it, right?
Well, I need an IKEA cabinet that will fit a 1 meter plus model of a ship.
Well, no, you're talking about I was talking about the rocket thing.
Oh yeah, the rocket thing. I can get
Well,
that.
why do you
yeah,
get that tomorrow on your way home? You have to drive past. You might have to drive past IKEA.
No, I'm in the work car, man. I don't think it'll be able to fit it in there.
Yeah, you can.
What, in the
It's
back
just,
seat?
it's just long.
In the back seat?
Well, you can put the seats down, can't
No, because I've got a station wagon. I've got one of those. Man, I've got all this work stuff in my car.
you? It's not,
So, no.
not my problem.
Oh, can you feel the love? Yep. Anyway, okay, so that's it for this episode. So we'll be back in a fortnight. In the meantime, if you want to contact us, you can write to us at onthebench64@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page. And don't forget to check out all the other great podcasting hobbies that are out there. Just go to www.modelpodcast.com to find the whole range of other podcasts that are out there. I'm Dave, and thanks for being with us. See you in a fortnight.